Hey guys, it's Aveen, welcome back to my channel. So I recently made a mukbang talking about my experience in college, whether I thought it was a good thing or not to go to college, and yeah, I talked about a few things in that video, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave the description for that down below. So yeah, after I made that video and after I'd edited it, something came to mind that I'd kind of forgotten to talk about in that video that I meant to cover but I just didn't. So I thought I'd make a whole video just about this one topic, and that's about traveling while you're in college. Now, a lot of people choose to take a gap year after high school and go traveling, and some people decide not to go to college because they want to travel. A lot of people's reasons for not wanting to go to college is that they want to travel the world. So yeah, I'm just going to make a video about how you can travel the world and go to college and get an education at the same time. Just a disclaimer, this is just my experience. I'm not bashing anyone who doesn't travel, I'm not bashing anyone who doesn't go to college. This is just my experience, and I'm going to give you some advice about traveling. If you are in a situation where you really want to go to college but you also really want to travel, I hope that this video will help you out. So tip number one, I would advise you when you get to university to join societies, because societies, like, there's always some sort of freshers fair the first week of college where all the groups and societies that are part of that college get together in like the main square of your campus or something, and you can join societies and groups. Like, there's any amount. I know that it varies from college to college, but I know where I went, the student societies, that was like the heart and soul of the university. So there was things like the dance society, there were all the sports societies, there was like a yoga society, food and drink society. There were loads of different ones. Unfortunately, there wasn't a vegan or vegetarian one, but anyway, there was such a different range of, there was a photography society, everything. There was a geography society, yeah, loads of stuff. So I joined a few societies and I managed to travel a lot this way because every year each society, like most of the societies in my college, did like a trip away that like had something like was supposed to have something relative to that society. So for example, when I joined the surf society in first year, we went on a trip to the coast of Ireland, and we went camping and we went surfing. And well, actually we didn't go surfing because the weather was awful, but you know, there's a big massive tent out. We had like this big massive outdoor party. And also in first year I joined the snow society, the snow society, I think it was. I don't know if that's what it's really called, or the ski society or something. But anyway, we traveled to France, to the French Alps by bus. We took a 36-hour bus from Dublin all the way to the French Alps, and we went skiing for 2 weeks. So that was amazing. Also in second year, I think it was, I traveled again in first year. I went with the Europa Society, and we went to Budapest. Yeah, we went to Budapest. And that was such a cheap, like affordable trip, because also the good thing with traveling with societies is that they normally have like discounts with where you're going, with like, they can get discounts with flights. So when I went to Budapest, I went for like 4 days with the Europa Society, with a really cool group of people. Some of them were studying with my course, some of them were my friends, and all that whole trip cost me like 120 euro or something for 4 days in Budapest, because we got accommodation cheap. It was like a package. They did like a package the society did in college. So that was amazing. And then in second year, I joined the photography society and we went to Prague for 4 days. And again, like, I didn't spend a lot of money. I spent no more than 150 euro on that trip. So yeah, that allowed me to travel in college, joining those societies. If you're living in Europe, it can be so cheap to travel around those Eastern European countries. And if you go with a society through college, it can be even cheaper if that option is available to you in your university. So my second tip for traveling and going to college at the same time would be to work abroad during the summer. Now, this can be tough if you're not like studying a language, or if you can't speak a second language. which I would highly recommend learning. But at the same time, if you want to learn a second language, the best way to learn it is to go to another country. Obviously, you're more employable in another country if you can speak their language. They're not going to employ you, for example, in Spain or France if you can't speak any French or Spanish. I speak fluent French, so since the age of 18 I've been working in France every single summer, and that has allowed me to spend all summer abroad. It's allowed me to travel all over France. France is like I think it's one of my favorite country in the whole world, because it's just so beautiful, and there's so much variety, and it's just holds such a special place in my heart. And I've worked there every single summer. I'll talk more about what type of summer jobs I've been able to work at. But yeah, I've been doing that the whole way throughout college. The minute I finished high school, I started working abroad in France. And yeah, I've been doing that every single summer since. Even if you can only speak English, you know, look for options like the J1 visa, like a visa to Canada, to New Zealand maybe. All these things are options if you want to work during the summer and not stay just in, like, say I'm from Dublin. I didn't want to stay in Dublin during the summer because it was like raining, it was boring. So yeah, work abroad during your summer. Another tip is to get a part-time job during your college year. Now obviously this is totally objective. If you are like studying medicine or something and you have 100 college hours a week, then you're not going to have time to get a summer job. But if you're studying something in like the arts, like I was studying English and French, I had literally I think I had like 6 hours max during the week, and even though I had a lot of extra work to do like independently, I still had time off at the weekends. So during second year I was able to get a part-time job just in Dublin, and I saved some money from that, and that allowed me to travel then to Morocco during the summer. So yeah, if you get a part-time job, like just work maybe, I don't know, 10 hours a week at something, which is nothing. Put that money aside for travel during the summer. So my fourth tip, now this is not an option for everyone again, but it is an option for most people, and it's an option that the majority of people who go to college take. And that is to do a year abroad as part of like your study course. It can be an Erasmus, it can be an exchange. I went to New York for a semester in third year. So that was like amazing, coming from like Dublin and studying in such a small city. Obviously Trinity College is an amazing university, but it's a very small city. Going from there to New York was amazing, and living in New York was just incredible. And a lot of my friends, most of my friends went abroad for third year. Some of them went to Toronto in Canada. Some of them went to Paris, some of them went to Italy, and yeah, that allowed everyone to travel, because obviously if you're in Italy or France, if you're there for a whole year, you can, you know, get cheap transportation to another country nearby. My friends that were in Toronto came to visit me in New York, so that they were able to travel as well. So yeah, Erasmus is always an option, and there's like a lot of funding for Erasmus especially. So definitely look into that if that's an option for your course. Ask questions, because it's not always like very well kind of broadcasted in all your courses. Like I kind of just stumbled across this exchange to America by accident. So really look into it, ask loads of questions about where you can go. Okay, so one of my other tips would be to try and fall in with a group of people who love to travel as well, because that makes it easier to kind of, I don't know, be around a mindset that isn't going to just be stuck in where you are now. And obviously I loved Dublin, I loved studying there, it was a great place to be a student, but I didn't want to be, I didn't hang around with people that just wanted to stay there for the rest of their lives. All my friends were like interested in going abroad, they were interested in traveling. We went to Barcelona together in the end of May of this year, just kind of celebrate the end of college. So yeah, all my friends were like interested in travel as well, so that kind of kept me motivated. Another thing to consider, and I don't really know much about this, so I don't know if I'm recommending it or anything, I'm just kind of throwing it out there as an option that I've come across, is that there's a lot of courses that you can do online. So for example, if you really didn't want to stay in the same place and study something for like a few years, then you could find a course online and then move to a different country, work there if your visa allows it, maybe travel from one place to another while doing that course. Obviously, you do need to put like enough time and commitment into your education and into the course if you're doing it. So it's not going to be the same as just going off. You can't just go backpack across Asia or South America while you're studying a course online. So that's something to consider, but I guess it does allow you the option of going wherever you want while studying. And of course, there's always travel after college. I mean, like when I think of all the places that I got to go to when I was in college, I've done most of my travel while being in education, you know? And I've worked hard to be able to afford to go on these trips. Travel is always where I put my money towards, like 100%. I mean, my first paycheck comes in and I'm buying a flight somewhere. That's what I love to spend my money on. I put my money aside for travel. But yeah, if you really, really want to go to college and you don't have the means to do it or the time to travel at the same time, there's always after college. You know, like now I'm traveling, I'm doing whatever I want to a certain extent, and I've finished college and I have a lot more freedom, but I'm so glad to have done it anyway. I remember when I got back from Morocco last summer, I told my parents that I was taking a year out to travel the world because I met so many people in Morocco who were traveling the world, and they were just, you know, flying from country to country, and I was like, this is the life I want. My parents were a bit shocked, I have to say, and they were like, no, finish your last year, you can do it afterwards. And I don't know, I'm so glad I did go back to college in the end, and I decided to leave my to continue my traveling after college. Okay, so I hope that video was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you want me to do more travel related videos or things like that, just let me know as well. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.